Welcome to Agency for Agents, a podcast for real estate team leaders and independent brokerage owners looking to maximize profits, effectiveness, and gain freedom for their team and business. Your hosts, Christine Andreasen and Aaron Hendon, have been running one of the most successful real estate teams in the Seattle area for more than 8 years. They know building a winning team means finding ways to empower, nurture, train, and develop individual agents to discover their own power, their own agency. On the podcast, Christine and Aaron interview thought leaders in real estate and personal growth to help you impact both your performance and your teams. We know it takes a lot, and leaders and brokers that crack that code reap the rewards of success greater than any they could ever achieve on their own. Gogo, it is great to have you here. Thank you so much for making the time. I know you're super busy. Thank you so much for being with us.
But thank you so much for having me. I love it.
It's great. I think, if all the guests that we have, everyone's got a unique story and everyone walked a unique path, but yours is so cool. Just create a little bit about, where you started and where you are and how that was. Because I don't know
how you got here.
Because you know the quote that says it's not about the cards you've been handed, it's how you play the hand.
Yes.
So I think that's where my story comes from, right? It's like, I always believe no matter what life throws at me, there's always, everything is figure outable. I always had that attitude, right? So I came as an immigrant. You can hear it from my accent. I'm Hungarian by nationality. I was born in Romania, though, so I speak both languages. I got this great idea to come to the US for the American dream. At 21, I borrowed $200 and I got on a bus that got on a train, that got on a plane that landed in New York, right? And I came as an au pair, a live-in nanny. And my host parents were in Michigan. So that's how I got to Michigan.
Is that where you are still?
Yeah. We are building a house now in Florida. So we're going to do the whole winters in Florida, summers in Michigan.
Birthday. Yeah, nice.
Yeah. And so that's how I ended up in Michigan. I met my husband 2 months after, and we got married 2 months after. So I moved in after 2 months. It's kind of the 2 months. I was in the US for 2 months. I met him. 2 months after that, I was moved in. 2 months after that, we were married. So when you know, right? We have 2 boys. I didn't get licensed. So I came in 2003. I got licensed in 2011. I was a stay-at-home mom at the time. My neighbor thought it was a great idea for me to get licensed. So I was like, what a great idea. I watch HGTV all day, right? Like, how hard can it be?
Right? Bravo.
How hard can it be? Famous last word.
How hard could it be? Look at them on $1 million listings.
Exactly. I'm going to show them 3. They're going to buy 1. Done. Call it a day, right? My favorite is that Jeff, or whatever that's called when they are GIF. They're sharpened. The husband sharpens pencils, the wife collects butterflies, and they qualify for $1 million.
Yes, right.
I'll show them 3 houses, sell them 1. Yeah. So, I got in real estate with that idea, and very quickly I realized, whoa, hold on a minute. I had no sphere, right? Like, I had nobody. I still to the day don't have anyone who's related to me by blood on the continent. So I don't have college friends that's going to buy a house from me. I don't have a childhood best friend who's going to buy a house from me. Like, I had no one. So then I had to figure out, okay, I interviewed all of the top producers. I started with a company called Real Estate One. I just knocked on their door and say, hey, Pat Latz, you're a top producing agent here. Tell me how, what do you do? And then, so after doing all the interviews, I realized that they're door knock, they're cold call, they farm areas, or they buy Zillow leads. And I was like, I'm 5'2", little blondie. I will not door knock. Cold calling, I have an accent and my name is Gogo. Wrong 1-800 number. Okay. The farming, you have to have money to farm, right? I had no money. And then Zillow, you have to have money to buy Zillow leads. I had no money. So I was like, okay, I'm also the sorest loser you'll ever meet. So I'm like, okay, how am I going to freaking make it in this industry? Because I didn't want to be a percentage of that 80% of the people leaving the first 2 years. I didn't want to fall into that pool. So I figured the only way, like, where am I going to find strangers that are going to buy houses from me, right? Like, I need to find the strangers that need to buy houses. So it started Facebook. So I just did a Gogo's Real Estate Facebook, and I just started posting everything of what I learned today. Because everybody that knew me knew that I'm brand new licensee, right? So there was like nothing to hide for those 5 people that I knew. And then all the strangers, I figured I'll just own up to it, right? Like, this is my journey in real estate. And as more I posted, this is what I learned today, just over time made me an expert. First year, I made $16,000.
16.
Oh, wow. Right. I probably paid more in fees.
Right.
Second year, I doubled it. Third year, doubled it. Ever since then, I doubled it every year. So now it's a very nice number if you can keep up with doubling, right?
Yeah,
11 years,
yeah.
it's a very nice number. Fast forward, my business is very different today. My gosh. Like, from broke agent to top producer, top 5% in the nation. I think it was in my fourth year, then top 3% ever since then, since my fifth year of real estate. And then I have a small team. I never wanted to have a mega icon team. I was never, how do I say this? I want to make very nice amount of money, but I am not looking to create myself another job. I'm Eastern European, and my adult babysitting style is very cutthroat, right? Like very, as you would call it, not cutthroat. It's, what do you call it? It's, I say what I think. It just comes right out, right? Like I don't sugarcoat. I'm not in the business of feelings. I don't do feelings, right? I do business. And sometimes it doesn't go very well with people. I make them cry, right? And they quit and run for the hills. And so I'm not in business for that. I've never wanted the idea of babysitting grown-ass adults, excuse my French. So I just wanted to have a team that runs good amount of business, that we can have a very nice lifestyle. But I always wanted to have a passive income.
Yes.
So my goal was never to have a 9-to-5 job and have the overhead and the liability and have an office. I don't have an office. I own, as I like to joke, I say I own 2 printers, a black and white and a colored printer. That's my expense, right? And then the goal for me, and this might be different for everyone, but my ideal goal is time freedom, location freedom, and financial freedom, right? So I want to be able to do whatever I want to do from wherever I want to do it from and whenever I want to do it, if my little heart so desires. So fast forward now, I'm at EXP. I was at Real Estate One for 7.5 years, 1 year at Keller Williams, about 8 months at Keller Williams, and then EXP for the last 3 years. My 3rd year anniversary is coming up on November 1st. I have a small standard team in the state of Michigan. They do all of my personal transactions. I am no longer in production. That is, my goal was 0 transaction for me personally this year. I didn't reach my goal because I did one next year. There's always next year, right?
Exactly.
Hopefully there's next year. So my team locally does all of the local transactions. And then I built an organization at EXP that we call the Team Gogo organization that is almost 700 agents now. And I teach and coach and train. And my goal now is to help other agents to reach their goals, right? Like I have a very nice lifestyle and we have anything we could possibly need. And then now my goal is to help. Imagine instead of me doing that 8 transactions a month, that used to be my average of anywhere from 4 to 8 a month. Instead of doing that, now I get to teach 700 of them to sell one.
Right. Yeah.
It's just, the more you give, the more you get from life. So my goal now is to help as many agents achieve their goals as I can possibly help. And then in return, life will pay me back.
That's awesome. Gogo, that's so great. So just because not everyone who's watches, I mean, look, we're EXP agents and this is the water we swim in, which is what we love about what you're saying. But just so people who aren't EXP agents get that, you get 700 people to sell one, roughly what's that a month? Now, what do you make in passive income?
Okay, so I don't know if I'm allowed to share the actual number, but I'll make you a deal. I'll tell you that I could, with my last monthly rev share.
Okay, good. That's close enough. Great. That's what we say on this podcast. Look, we're going to ask you everything and people feel comfortable sharing whatever.
You say what you want to say and you don't say what you don't want to
say. Splits from people, whatever you want.
My last monthly rev share would pay my mortgage payment on this house for 48 and a half months.
48 months, for 4 years.
For 48 and a half months. I like it.
Last month's revenue share.
Last month. Yeah.
Last month pays for 48. Okay, good. That is what we're all doing. I mean, that for me how does it make sense to me?
I use the word life-changing, right? But because I use it so much, then I feel like it doesn't have the value anymore. I don't know if I know a word that would describe the feeling, right? Besides, the closest thing that I can think of, it is life-changing, right? And we didn't stop doing transactions. We are still doing and pulling our weight the same amount of transaction I always have been. It's just not me personally, because I don't have to be me personally. I get to decide where is my time best spent, right? And where do I serve more purpose in this world? And so building a team and leveraging your knowledge and helping others, right? Because through building a team, you help feed other families.
Yeah.
There's no better feeling than when they are reaching their goals, right? Like it's one thing when you are reaching it, you know how to do that. I've done it for year after year. If I have to go back in the trenches, I will pick it up right where I left off. But now it's just about a feeling of helping others. And in return, I get paid.
It's awesome.
It's exactly how we feel. We really do exist to empower other people and living magical lives and showing that anything is possible. So we're in the same game. We love it. We love the game you're playing. You know, we are newer to EXP. We're not even at 2 years yet, but we both have some pretty amazing goals for this year. So that's one of the things we wanted to talk to you about. Tell us, how would you be of service to us? We want to talk to not only EXP people, but anybody, maybe it's a Keller Williams team leader. What is your boot camp about? What is it about when it's agent attraction versus solicitation?
So I have 2 boot camps. It's called Gogo's Boot Camp. You can search either. The original Gogo's Boot Camp is social media. And then when I switched over to EXP, I have hefty goals, right? And I am one of those people that when I set a goal, consider it done. So if I'm playing and I'm at the top of the list or I'm not on the list at all. And so when I switched over, I said I would have 100 agents in my year with the company. And my sponsor said, if you bring 100 agents, I'll buy you a Rolex. And I should have my Rolex on because I have one, right? I had to buy me a Rolex. But because I'm very systematic, right? Like I like to have the easiest possible way of like constantly pulling the same numbers, right? And not creating myself more work, but systematizing the steps of the process that continuously can be done. Not only continuously can be done, but can be done for others. So others could do the same thing with the click of a button. So then I created what's called Gogo's Bootcamp Agent Attraction course. And that is a whole course, which is hundreds of videos on the agent attraction side of things, right? And it's not an EXP agent attraction. Now, the word of EXP does come out of my mouth because that's my brokerage, right? But the very first video explains in there, when I say EXP, you say Remax. When I say EXP, you say Keller Williams. When I say EXP, you say your own privately owned brokerage's name. Right. So we have hundreds and hundreds of students, all of which are at minimum team leaders, if not broker owners. And then pretty much in the course, we'll teach you how to have all of my systems and the mindset behind everything and why do you do things and what purpose these buttons serve on each of these websites, and pretty much have your whole agent attraction game. And I call it agent attraction because I've never called anyone. They call me. They literally plug themselves into my calendar wanting to speak about the opportunity to be business partners with me. And that's what we teach. So I do not teach you cold calling. I never have. I don't know a single script, and I have no desire of ever knowing any. I don't have systems built around how to blow up strangers' emails and phone calls. I've never done that, and I will not teach that. Instead, what we teach is literally my ways of how to attract agents. When they reach out to you, they plug themselves into your calendar, and how to have those systems and those automations, right? So then you know exactly what's happening. So, for example, today, I can't show you the person's name, but I'll show you how it works. I get a text message every time.
You gotta be careful, sister, when you're on webinars with your phone. You got a credit card on the back.
Yeah, right there. See?
Oh, it's covered. I'm like, you got to be careful there.
It's covered. Yeah, don't you worry.
Yeah. Mine's locked.
Yeah, plus it has what is it called, an RFID or whatever protection, so you can scan it.
Okay, good.
So right here, I'm not going to show you the person's name, but you'll get a text message. I get a text message every time someone watch my videos, right? I get notified. I also get a text message when they sign up. So here's the what we call the pink sheet, right?
Oh, yeah.
They watch the video, they signed up, they're ready to talk, they plug themselves into your calendar. So everything that I do is really systems, right? Because I want to make it as simple as possible so then you can continue doing what you have been doing, but add on agent attraction to your everyday life. So the agent, you can Google it, Gogo's Bootcamp Agent Attraction. If not, I can give you guys the direct link so you guys can check it out. It is
that's how we found you and asked you here, as we saw that first.
Oh, did you? Okay. So, it's kind of like an interviewing process. I want you to understand what you're getting into, right? Because it's a lot of work on your end too. Like I will show you all of the systems, but then you're going to have to set it up.
Yeah.
Right. You need to know what you're getting into.
And the systems include what? So you're talking about you talk a little bit about your social media philosophy and how that interacts with the boot camp.
Yeah. So everything that I do is in the course. Right. So every step that I take to have the 180 agents that I personally sponsored into the company is in there. So we will explain you not like the basics, right? How to hold the camera when you shoot a video, how to have natural lighting on your face, like anything from the basics, like the basics, all the way up to how to do Slack and how to integrate different platforms with Zapier, how to get notifications on your phone when something happens, how to have Big Brother. Like I have Big Brother. I love having Big Brother, right? And then after we created a course, the idea was of everybody just having access to the systems, watching all the videos, and as you watch the video, set up what you just learned. And then we realized that good 50% of the realtors are high DNI.
Hello.
Right?
I don't have any why.
I
have no why. So
I was like, I don't have patience for this. Where's the easy button? Who do I know? Who can I pay, right, to set it up for me? And so now we have one that's called Done For You, which is a little bit more expensive, but we'll set up your
That's what I was just thinking. I was thinking, yeah, Aaron, we would do that, but then it would take me 7
I was like, no, I'm not doing that.
You said Zapier, and I'm like, I'm out.
Yeah, you lost me at Zapier, right? At integrate, you lost me at integration.
Yes.
That's where you lost me. Yeah.
Nice. So Done For You is your whole course, and you set it all up.
Yes. So you get lifetime access to all of the videos. Because here's the thing. If we just set it up for you, but you don't watch the videos with it, you don't know what purpose it serves. You don't know why it's there, what it does, and what the heck to do with it. Right. So you still have to go through all the videos to understand the concept, but you don't have to do the setup. So you get your own concierge who's going to ask you for all of the links that we need for all of the buttons, right? To create your website, to create all of your systems, but they will set it up for you. And usually within 4 weeks, depending how fast you are turning in all of the links that we are requiring, you will have all of your systems set up. And then you will always have lifetime access to the course to watch everything and understand. It also comes with a Facebook group. So once a month, I do a group coaching session. So you can ask me absolutely anything. We have hot seats. So agents fill out the hot seat and then we just answer that. Every once a month, Monday, we have a Money Monday. Sammy, my business partner, will talk anything of the systems and mostly advertising, because many of our students are not EXP. So they actually get to advertise for agent attractions. We can't as EXP agents, and be very clear about that. So then he talks about all of the advertising side of things and more of the systems side of things. And then also we have a Tech Tuesday where our concierge will sit down every Tuesday and talk about each of those systems that I use more in detail. So if the agents don't want to pay for the Done For You, they can come to the Tech Tuesdays and build each of those on their own. So we have it hit from every angle, right? Like if you want to do it yourself and you're pretty tech savvy, do it here. If you have any questions, just show up to a Tech Tuesday and then we'll walk you through it. Or if you just want just push the easy button and I've paid for it, we have that option as well.
Killer. So we got people watching that, may or may not, they'll check out your boot camp and stuff. But if there's something you could speak to that would, like what's a principle or what's something that a broker owner or a team leader could go apply tomorrow without doing the boot camp that would give them a sense of autonomy or agency about attracting agents? What's the, obviously the secret sauce is actually doing the detail work, but overall, what are some of the principles?
Here's the thing, right? I think the very, very basics is everything comes, like all roads lead to Rome. Everything comes back to social media, right? And when it comes to social media, most brokerages make the mistake. This is our newest listing. This is our newest open house. This is our last closing. This is our title company. Hold up the key, right? But I don't actually get to know you. And if you think about it, people join people. People don't join businesses. People join people. They have a connection with someone and they're like, oh my gosh, I want to work with you, right? But here's the thing, with most brokerages, they don't allow people to get to know the people inside the brokerage and what that brokerage stands for, or what is that team stands for, or how do they work, or who are the people in it, or where are they located? What is a day like in their life, right? Why on earth should I bring my business over and join with you? And that's where most go wrong. There is no you. I don't know who you are. I go to your profile. I'm like, I have no idea. Most of the time, I don't know if you're a man or woman. There's not a single human in your pictures. It's your last listing and your next closing. And we talk about that because I believe 90% of your success is just 6 inches between your ears, right? So it's a lot of mind shift that needs to happen where most people don't feel comfortable putting themselves out there. And you have to learn to not give a beat.
What people think. Yeah.
Exactly. So I always say, I start caring about your opinion as soon as I can deposit it into my bank account.
Right. Nice.
It's awesome. It's very much consistent with what we've found too, the 80-20 rule in social media, 80% your personal life. Anyone who follows me knows it's Seahawks, Grateful Dead.
right? I mean, and my kids and my dog.
And I'm puppies in my boats.
I gotta
right?
stop doing it in that order. God, I was doing that last night. I said my dog and my wife. It's just such the wrong order that should go in. My wife. They know about my wife. They know about my kids.
You see what I mean? But I have a bulldog, right? And people
We
might.
saw your bulldog, a little black and white one walking behind you.
He was walking behind you before.
She's right there. Hey, Charlie girl, what you doing, mama?
Okay, wait. Let's see if we can get my girl. Hold on. Here you go.
Oh, there's a boat in the background, right?
There she is.
There's my dog.
He's so little.
Gogo Bethke. All right,
my
we got
I can't have a dog in my office because my dog.
And the view is not so shabby, Christine.
Yeah, right. It's not so bad.
Where are you located?
Seattle.
Oh, nice. That's beautiful.
That's not my boat. That's #goals boat, right?
Love it. But you see it every day. You're like,
right?
That's right.
That boat's going to have my name all over it one day.
Yep.
Okay? I have goals too.
48 months.
Yeah. So that's like, someone might have a connection with me because I love bulldogs. They love bulldogs. Someone might have a connection with me because my son's type 1 diabetic and their child is type 1 diabetic, right? But if I don't allow them to get to know me on the personal level, then they never figure out that we have a connection.
Great.
Yeah. Yep. And this is agent attraction or real estate. I have a question for you because a lot of times Erin and I we do videos for agent attraction. Erin has a really fun one called the top 10 reasons not to join EXP.
Awesome.
It's like David Letterman, and it says things like making money in your sleep sounds stressful.
Yeah.
Right?
Why would you do that? Go and trade time for money.
But what I was going to ask you is we do a lot of those fun videos, and I always wonder, is it worth, do you put an agent attraction video on your personal page with all your clients and everything else, or do you specifically target agent only pages with those types of things?
No. So everything I do is on one page, right? So my goal is to teach you to work smarter, not harder. I'm a firm believer that one person can do it all. I can sell homes. I can build a team. I can have multiple affiliate income. I can name it. I can do it, right? I can go on podcasts and I can have a boot camp and I can all of those things. So the easiest way to check out everything that I do is myname.com. So it's gogobethke.com. Feel free to check it out. Everything that I do, let's say I'm talking to a buyer, gogobethke.com/buyer. Let's say I'm talking to a seller, gogobethke.com/seller. Let's say you want to invite me to a podcast, gogobethke.com/podcast. Let's say I'm speaking at an event, gogobethke.com/events. Let's say you want to buy my bootcamp, it's gogobethke.com/bootcamp. Like you name it, I have a tab for that, right? So your job is to simplify your life. It's not about, hold on a minute. So, you're a buyer. Okay, let me send you to my
buyer page. Yeah.
Core page, right? You want a CMA? Let me send you to my KV core page where you can, run your own CMA. Like none of that. Everything that I do is on one page. And that's what we teach to all of our students to do is on the agent attraction side and on the social media side to have it all.
Great.
Got it.
That's very good.
We all know where to find you now.
Yeah.
We know where to find you. We know how. So if somebody goes and they sign up on your, you have 2 boot camps and then one that's done for you.
Yeah. So the done for you will be offered to you on your phone call. So each of the boot camps is a sign up, right? So you have to interview first. We don't just allow everybody in there because they need to understand what they're getting into. Mm-hmm. So you would go and get on a phone call with one of our team members and you can ask them absolutely anything. They tell you what the course is about, what it's like, right? Then you sign a contract and then you get access to the course after you pay. During the phone conversation, they will ask you, would you like to do this yourself? And maybe you say, yep, I'm just going to try it myself first. And then later on, you'll add the done for you when you're like, it's not that easy than I thought. Or maybe you say, you know what, I know myself. There's no freaking way I'm going to push any of these buttons. So I'm just going to get it done in a month, right? So the students will have options, whatever their needs are, they get to choose.
Awesome. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. Way to go.
My favorite question that we always ask our guests is, as the completing question is, what are you reading or what should people read that you love?
Oh my gosh. One of my favorite books, and I'm this close to finishing it. I can go grab it for you, but I'll just tell you because the door is closed. It's Outwitting the Devil.
It's what?
Outwitting the Devil. Have you, do you know Napoleon Hill?
Yeah, of course.
So he wrote Think and Grow Rich.
Sure.
So he also wrote this book about 3 or 4 years after that's called Outwitting the Devil. I'll just bring it to you because it's not that easy to find.
Outwitting the Devil.
All right. Wait, let's see. Come back up again. The Secrets of what? The Secrets of Freedom and Success, or The Secrets to Freedom and Success.
One of the best books I've ever read. I love a paper book. I have to underline things. You see, these travel with me, so they usually look rough by the time I'm done with it. I need to hold the book in my hand. I have the electrical book, whatever that's called, the Kindle.
Audible.
I don't like it as much. I need to like hold it with the pen. I need to circle things, exclamation mark, all those things. So Napoleon Hill wrote this one not long after Think and Grow Rich, but he was advised not to publish it. They said it was very controversial. And I would say it's very controversial, even today. And then when he passed away, of course, all of his publishing went to his wife. They told her not to publish it, so she didn't. When she passed, it went to the Napoleon Hill Foundation. They didn't publish it until 2018, so 70 some years after it was written.
Wow.
One of the best books I've ever read. Some parts I have to read out loud to myself so I can actually hear it to comprehend it. Napoleon Hill interviews the devil and how he works and his ways. It's mind-blowing.
It's great, because really Think and Grow Rich is clearly a foundational book in the library. When we got to bring on new agents and we bring on anyone, I don't know how you operate as an entrepreneur without Think and Grow Rich as the foundation for that. So I'm totally psyched that there's something else that I can read beside, because I read that about every year. I read Think and Grow Rich.
Amazing book.
Yeah.
You love it.
Very cool. All right, Gogo. Well, I have no doubt that you're going to see one of us in your course. So, and we really just appreciate your time, your story. And if there are questions, people obviously know where to find you. And it is, just a screaming testament to it's possible.
Anything
none of us have any reasons.
I mean, it is hard work, right? It's not just going to show up in your bank account. But if there's a way to systematize it and make it a little bit easier, so it's less stressful on everyone, why not? And I didn't meant to like pitch my course, right? It just came up. I forgot to tell you the whole other part that there is to this course. It's called agent retention. So inside of the agent retention, it's part of the agent attraction course. When I initially created it, I realized most of the work starts after they join, right?
Right.
All of the celebrations, all of the groups, all of the coaching calls, the calendars, the this and the that. So we added on recently tens and tens and tens of videos on the agent retention side of things. So everything that we do in the Team Gogo organization that you can literally just copy and paste and implement in your own organization too. It's one thing to have them come. It's another thing to make them stay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And how to have them be successful, right? And have them win.
Because that's going to make them stay, right? When they are producing and when they are growing, they'll never leave. They say you don't have a recruit until your recruit has a recruit.
Right. Yeah, and exactly. With, and if you're an independent team leader or a broker, independent broker owner, it's different. You're way hands-on. It's a local phenomena. You're with them all the time. You've got say about it. But in our model, in the EXP model, you got people in Chicago.
We have agents in 30 different states and 5 different countries.
Right. That all over the place. So how do you have your hands on that, which would then be super useful for someone who's local to be able to be easier to implement that on a local level, more options. So
yeah.
Brilliant. Cool. All right, Gogo. Well, thank you so much for your time. And it's a delight to be with you and a delight to meet you.
Thank you so much for having me. And if there's any way that I can help, I mean, we see each other, right, in workplace.
I was going to say, we'll see you around campus, huh?
Exactly.
The events, yeah. So nice to meet you, and go get them, right? This is an opportunity for everyone to grow, and we just happen to be at an amazing place.
But for anyone, it's really great. Thank you so much.
It's good for all when you're growing, right?
Exactly.
That's exactly right. Bye.
Bye. Thank you so much.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Abundant Life Podcast, brought to you by Christine & Company and eXp Realty, the global online brokerage powered by top agents and cutting-edge technology. If you liked what you heard, consider subscribing wherever you listen to podcasts. Your hosts have been award-winning brokers Christine Andreasen and Aaron Hendon. For more on them, visit christineandcompany.com.